Bam. My peoples. My peoples. Welcome to another episode of Boxing for Breakfast, where you get your healthy dosage of sweet science early in the morning. Man, my voice almost left me there for a second. Hold on, my people. Hold on. Damn near lost my voice. Kick this thing off by saying, Happy Monday, my people. It's a beautiful day out here in the Dominican Republic, and we're gonna do what we do, man. We're gonna talk boxing, and it's gonna be an interesting episode. If you did not have the opportunity to tune in to Box Center Live before yesterday, you missed out. But I'm gonna be giving you guys the recap, and I'm gonna be putting you guys on to some future world champions. Um, these are young fighters that you guys don't know yet, but I promise you will know them. You will find out about them. You guys just get to see them first. That's all it is. But I'm telling you, by now you guys know me long enough to know I don't cap. If if I'm telling you they the truth, you could take that to the bank. Black Jericho, salute my brother. Ernest Morales in the building. Mi gente, we here, man. And I'm telling you, I'm excited about these young bulls right here. And it's going to be about, the main topic of conversation is going to be them three. They actually fought on the same card this Saturday. And I was there, at the neutral corner. I was there, when they arrived, when they was getting ready for the fight. Obviously I watched, I streamed all of the fights. And afterwards, I got their reaction. And I want to tell you guys all about it, man. Because these young guns, they special. My peoples, y'all know Jay Smith don't cap. Y'all know I never cap, my peoples. Those three you looking at right there, on your right, look, let me tell you who they are, my people, because I promise you, you're looking at future world champions, and you guys get to see them first. One day you're going to be like, yo, Jay Smith told me about them. Right here, that's Fernando Pel. He made his pro debut on Saturday, won by stoppage, and he's going to be a world champion. Right here, you see Carlos Reyes. By the way, he had an outstanding amateur career. Carlos Reyes, military games gold medalist and a silver medalist in the games, and he's a three-time national champion as an amateur. He made his second pro fight on Saturday. And the young man you see in the middle, that's Christian Pinales. He's the 2024 Olympic silver medalist out of the Dominican Republic. Olympic bronze medalist out of the Dominican Republic. So, my peoples, when I'm telling you these young men can fight, I'm not playing games with you. All three of them, you're going to see them in the future and you're going to say, whoa, they for real. And I had the opportunity to be there and watch them work. And I'm telling you, man, they special. Ernest Morales, names to remember, no doubt. For sure, for sure. You will see them down the line, and you say, wow, these guys. That's why, remember, I've been telling you guys, right now in the Dominican Republic, the amateur boxing program is insane. They developing talent in a way that you're going to see a lot of Dominican champions. I'm telling you. Just like we recently had 3 Dominican champions simultaneously, you're going to see that going forward. You're going to see 3, 4, 5. at the same time in different weight classes. Listen, Christian Pinales, I asked him right after his fight, what do you got to say? What's your message? And he was like, nah, the 168 division, I'm coming. They need to know the champ is coming. So, right now he's 3-0, early in his career, but the kid is no joke, man. He's not messing around. Sai, salute, my brother. Bam. So, if my peoples, if you did not have the opportunity to check out the live from Saturday, I promise you, you'll get to see these three young men in action during that live. You want to watch it. I was at the neutral corner, so I'm giving you the crazy angle. I was with all three of them before the fight. Then I was at the neutral corner during the fight. And after the fight, I was hanging out with them as well. So, again, you're looking at three future world champions. I promise you, my peoples, I never cap. Fernando Pel, Carlos Reyes. Hold on one second. I'm wilding out. Great fight night, Jay Smith. Just do boxing. Salute, my brother. Bam. Ernest Morales. I like to see them in the future Caribbean competition. And I missed the name, Christian Pinales. My peoples, that's the Dominican Republic Olympic bronze medalist from the 2024 games. When I tell you he can fight, he can fight. All three of these young men are future world champions, my peoples. I promise you this. West does it. Thanks again, brother. Oh, no doubt, my G. No doubt. I'm going to be bringing you guys this action. These fighters who people don't know yet, when they find out about them, you guys will be like, oh, come on, man. I knew these guys like 3 years ago. What are you talking about? Because all three of them have that same mindset of, I want to be a champion. They're not going to rush the process. It's a development. They're all early in their career, obviously. But most of the boxing people that don't know them. Some people know Christian Pinales from the Olympics, but most of the people don't know any of them. And they will. I promise you this. Fernando Pel, Carlos Reyes, Christian Pinales. Yo, write it down, take a picture. I don't care what you do. They're going to be world champions. Jay Smith told you. That's how good they are. That's how talented they are. West does it. Tap that like button, family. Jay's bringing fight and convo. Man, listen. I'm going to be bringing... Matter of fact, I have a clip here because I already posted some stories about this. Man, listen, it was an amazing Saturday of boxing, man. If those of you who went on the live, you know what I'm talking about, man. And people was going crazy over the ring car girls. If you was on the live, the ring car girls had everybody going crazy. Salute to my peoples from Sube La Mano. Bam! With the ring car girls, had everybody going crazy over there. Alex Ortiz, what weight class are they in? That's a great question, Alex. Let me give you the weight class. So, as you know, when fighters turn pro, sometimes they go a little bit up and down, right? Until they settle in wherever they're going to fight. So I'm going to give you my understanding, but it could go up and down a bit. Fernando Pel, 130. Carlos Reyes, once, I think 160. I think 160, 154. And then Christian Pinales, 168. In the video, look, right after the fight, I asked him, yo, what you got to say? And he was like, 168 division, be on notice, the champ is coming. I'm going over, a champion from the Dominican Republic is going over there. At 168, my people, y'all know that's always been a very contender, very fiery division. Christian Pinales is bringing his own heat over there. Just know that. West does it. Welterweight, middle, and heavy, I think. Alex. West does it. I was way off. Listen. And I'm showing you these three guys, but I'm going to show you another couple fighters that are also future world champions. Also, this young man fought yesterday. He's 5-0, I think, with 5 knockouts, or 6-0 with 6 knockouts. It was a devastating knockout yesterday, or Saturday too. But I'll put you on to a few other fighters, man. There's this one dude, my peoples. If you was on the live, you saw him. A welterweight. This guy's 147-pounder. And if you look at him, yo, he looked like a middleweight. Huge. He's mad big. And I'm talking about big. Just, you will not believe that he's a welterweight. I had to ask him. I was like, yo, I understand you're a welterweight, bro, but did you make weight yesterday? And he was like, yeah, I made weight. Good. Matter of fact, I made 146 point something. So I don't even, yo, wait till you see this other guy too, man. He another future world champion. Alexi Ortiz. Giovanni Esteva, my homeboy, pro fighter. Salute, my brother, Estela. Salute, my brother. And shout out to Giovanni Estela, too. Alexis Ortiz, 168, he's asking for trouble. My brother, you're going to find out Christian Pinales is the trouble. He is the trouble, bro. You're going to find out. I promise you. Like, the guy is him. But you don't have to take my word for it. Soon enough, when the time is right, you're going to find out. I'm going to look him up. Alexis Ortiz, I'm going to definitely look him up, my brother. Definitely. I want to show, let me see if I got something here. Yo, check this out. This is Carlos Reyes. Check out Carlos Reyes in action. Look at it. Look at those combinations. Look at those body shots. Ooh, you see the body shots? You see, they say cleanliness next to godliness. You see how clean those body shots is landing, bro? Look, bing, 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 bing. You see that? That's Carlos Reyes in action, my people. Look at that. To the body, to the head. Oh, make you miss, make you pay to the body, to the head again. Got him wobbly. Look, my people. You see what's going on? That's Carlos Reyes in action, bro. Look. The referee. It's like, yo, hold on, my man. My man's just getting beat up out here. Look. And this was his second pro fight. He actually made his debut about 3 months ago. Won by stoppage. And right here, he wasn't playing around. Look at this. Boom, boom. As you can see, my peoples, Carlos Reyes, he goes to the body, man. Goes to the body real hard. If I'm not mistaken, they was fighting at 160. Look at that shot. Bing! Ooh, wobbled. Left them wobbled, my peoples. Now watch this. Watch this. Clean work, my peoples. Clean work. Look, look. Look to the body. It's over. A left hook to the body ended the show. But he couldn't even get up after that. So Carlos Reyes, my peoples, I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to put you on. People don't know about your boy. They gonna find out. I promise you. First round stoppage, easy work. Second pro fight. But y'all know I never cap my peoples. He for real. For real, for real. Alexis Ortiz. Yeah, he's pressuring. But what will he do if he gets pressured? I've seen him get pressured. We're talking about an Olympic silver medalist, bro. You're competing at the world scale at that point. You get pressured too. Of course, amateurs and pros, I'm not saying it's the same thing, but you're gonna find out what he's made of when the time is right. Black Jericho, definitely talented. I'm telling you, these young, hungry lions can fight, my peoples. They can fight. I'm watching them, and I'm like, oh no, man, these kids, they're gonna do some damage when their time comes. Trust me on that. Trust me. And check this out. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you Fernando Peter too, man. I want to show you. If you guys did not tune in to that live, you don't even know what you missed out on. You have no idea. And I got to witness them all three live right there. Bam, 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 just doing their thing. And I'm telling you, if you listen, guys, sometimes you just have to see a guy one time. And I've seen all of them before because I've seen all three of them fighting as amateurs. They just turned pro recently. And when I seen them fighting as amateurs, by coincidence on the same night, all three of them won by stoppage in a big tournament out here. And now I see them fighting as professionals, and on Saturday, all three of them won by stoppage. Superman, I'm around back and forth. Salute, my brother. Bam, appreciate you dropping in. Alexis Ortiz, you remember Pritchard Colon used to spar with him before the incident? That was a 168, ready to go. Pritchard Colon, yeah, man. Damn. Damn. Bro, but listen. Please check out Alexis. Check out this live. Look. Is this live right here. Right there. That one. Check out that live and fast forward it to their fights. I was at the neutral corner, so the angle is real good. I'm up close right there. And I'm telling you, man, when you see what they bring to the table. Matter of fact, look, guys, Christian Pinales won by stoppage in the first round. No, I'm sorry. Carlos Reyes won by stoppage in the first round. So I'm going to show you that fight. I'm going to show you that fight real quick. It's a first round stoppage. Check this out. As soon as I find it. Is it this one? Yeah, I think it's this one. Oh, shit. Watch this, my peoples. Let me give you the replay. Alexis Ortiz, I don't believe your word. Look, let me give you the replay, my people. This is Carlos Reyes. Check it out. Jason Williams, salute, my brother. Watch this. This is the replay. Carlos Reyes, like I told you, future world champion, my peoples. Check it. I want you to see the work to the body. I want you to see the work to the body and the counter punch. Here we go. Here we go. Check out the hand speed too. Check out the jab. Check out also how he slips. How he's look to the body, to the head. And just to, look, you see the body, you see the, my peoples, you see, my peoples, you see how he pummeling them? Just baiting them up, look. You saw how he slipped that and went to the body, my peoples. Carlos Reyes, aka Camky Yankee, is not a game. They ain't a game. I'm telling you, you guys get to see him before a lot of people will. Check it, check it. To the body. Ooh, to the body, devastating my peoples. Again to the body. Making them miss, making them pay. Look, ooh, my peoples. Look at the combinations. He got him hurt. Ooh, did you see that? Right in the kisser. Boom. Left hook to the body is all over, my people. He ended the fight with a devastating left hook to the body. His opponent couldn't get up. It's over. Over. Just like that. Black Jericho, god damn. I'm trying to tell you, bro. This is that stage when fighters are young, starting their career, fighting in smaller venues. But I seen them accomplish in the amateurs, and I expect the same thing. I'm going to see the same thing in the pros. These guys can fight. Simple as that. Now watch this. I'm going to show you Fernando Pel. Now, I want to tell you something interesting about this. This is going to help you gauge the level of talent that I'm talking about. Watch this. You see Fernando Pel? This is Fernando Pel right here. I'm going to tell you something interesting that's going to tell you how talented he actually is. He's a natural, I think, he's a natural right-handed, but he fights as a southpaw. He's always fought as a southpaw, right? Well, for his pro debut, which was on Saturday, he actually kicked off the first round as an orthodox fighter. So he's been working on fighting off of that orthodox stance during training camp, and he displayed that in the ring. But when orthodox did his thing, and then in the second round, he went southpaw, close to show. So imagine a guy in his pro debut, he's not just focused on winning, but he's focused on adding something new to the bag of tools, working on something new during his pro debut. Yeah, let me go right-handed on him. So you know he's a special fighter. I'm trying to tell you. Black Jericho, he looked ready. You know when a guy's in his second pro fight, and he say, yo, the 168 division, I'm going over there. I'ma see ya. I tell you. And then the same thing with Carlos Reyes. Carlos like, yo, I'm going over there for my belt. ASAP. Alexis Ortiz, he definitely has snap with the straight left and hook. Reminds me of a young Hopkins. And the thing is that he has that type of reach, tall, strong, boxer puncher. All three of these guys are boxer punchers. They can box you real nice with the moves. Oh, give you the angles. And they got power, man. They all won by stoppage. So if you see how they fight, that's the thing about the way that these guys are being developed. Their style of boxing is fun to watch. They're entertaining. So they're going to be stars for that reason. That's why you get to see them before they stars, before they blow up. When you have a guy who's gonna go in there, make you miss and make you pay, bang it out with you, he's gonna get stoppages. Fans are attracted to that. We want to see that type of action, and they're gonna bring it. So those three names: Fernando Pel, Carlos Reyes, Christian Pinales. Three future world champions. There's some of the guys that will be the faces of Dominican boxing. I promise you this. That's just facts. So I'm putting you guys on. You'll be able to say, damn, yo, Jay told me. Like, eventually you're going to see these guys. That's Christian Pinales right there. Look. That's Christian Pinales, the Dominican Republic Olympic bronze medalist from the 2024 Olympics. And I'm telling you, after his second fight, which he won by stoppage, I just asked him that question. Champ, what do you have to say after this win? He was like, the 168 division. Be on notice, the champ is coming. That's it. That's all he had to say. The champ is coming. 168 pounder. And I'm telling you, this guy's big. This guy's strong. He's fast. And when I say he's gonna be a champion, I'm not capping, my people. You're gonna see him and you're gonna say, oh shit, Jay told me about this dude. Jay put me on. And then Fernando Pel. Bro, Fernando Pel fights as a southpaw, yet in his pro debut, he kicked off and almost less than a minute into the first round, he switched to orthodox. And he fought almost the whole first round as an orthodox fighter. And then in the second round, he went to southpaw, closed the show in devastating fashion. And he told me right after the fight, like, that's what I've been working on in training camp. It's been a long time since I fought as an orthodox fighter, but coach seen something in me. We've been working on it, and you saw it right there. I'm happy about the W. I was able to go in and do the things that we worked on in training camp. Okay. So that's a young lion right there who's also going to be a world champion in the future. Fernando Pel. Cano Crush. Pinales, be careful. Salute, my brother. Bro, you're going to find out. Christian Pinales, he is the one that they're going to have to be careful about. I'm going to tell you like this. When you see Christian Pinales, you're going to realize that he's the type of fighter, he's not going to just get a title shot. He's going to have to force the action. He's the type of fighter that he's going to get a title shot when he becomes somebody's mandatory. He's that type of fighter. Ain't nobody just going to say, come on, fight me. He's going to move up in the rankings, start winning, start, beating better competition. And eventually, he's going to have to force the action to fight a champion. But he's going to be a world champion at 168. At 168. I'm telling you. Fernando Pel, he's going to be a world champion. I'm not sure if he's going to do it at 130 or if he's going to go below that. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to ask him, though. I'm going to ask him. And then Carlos Reyes, another one that's going to be a world champion. I'm putting you on, my peoples. I'm letting you see these guys before they accomplish some of the things that I already know they're going to. I'm showing you these guys ahead of time. No, because right now, people don't know them. They don't know who they are. They do not know who they are. Oh, no, hold on, my people. That's the wrong dude. I don't know that dude. Future world champions, my peoples. Check this out. That's right there, Christian Pinales. And that's right there, Ezequielito. Now, he's still amateur boxer, but guess what? That's why, my peoples, I'm bringing you that heat. I'm putting you guys on. Guess what? Look how far I go with it, my peoples. You see that kid right there? I've already been to multiple tournaments, and every time I've gone to a tournament, he gets the gold medal. He that good. And he was there. He's in the Dominican boxing team, in the national boxing team. And Fernando Pel used to be in the team before he turned pro, so they know each other. So he was there to support Fernando Pel. And when they saw each other, you know, they went to say what's up. And the first thing that Fernando Pel said, yo, this guy right here, Jay, this guy's special too. There's another one right here. So you guys are seeing, I'm showing you the future faces of Dominican boxing. And they special, man. Something you're gonna see within the next few years, more champions that you see now from the Dominican Republic. Because people don't think about that. We're a very small country and we have 3 world champions at the same time, simultaneously. That's crazy. That's crazy, my people. You don't see that all the time. From small countries like us to have 3 reigning world champions at once, and going forward, I guarantee you, we're going to have more than 3 reigning champions at once. More. That's going to end up happening. Some of these guys are going to be champions at the same time. Christian Pinales, Fernando Pel, Carlos Reyes. I wouldn't be surprised if at some point they all become world champions at the same time. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. But we're looking at special young fighters that I know they're going to accomplish. I know what they're going to accomplish, my people. And for those of you who didn't see the live, who didn't see the fights, check it out. Check out that live. See this young man in action. Because you know what? Sometimes you see a fighter and you see some things that they do in the ring that you already know they special. You're like, yeah. Yeah, Jay was right. This guy's special. And Christian Pinales, Fernando Pel, and my brother Carlos Reyes, they special, my people. They special talent. I'm putting you on. You'll be able to say, yes, I know about these dudes already. And I'm also going to show you guys a young lady. Show you guys also, that's right there, by the way, Mr. Carlos Reyes. Carlos Reyes fought yesterday. His pro debut was about 3 months ago. This was only his 2nd pro fight. Won in devastating fashion. That's the one that I played for you guys. I told you, future world champion. Write it down, take a picture. I don't care what you do with it. Take that to the bank to get some pounds. There's a reason why they call me Jay Stradamus. Some of you already know. Some of you already tasted that. You either know because you agree with me, or you know because you disagree and you're like, damn. Those who know. These are young fighters, my people, that I'm very excited to bring you their talent. And I feel lucky, by the way. I feel lucky, humbled that they gave me the opportunity to rock with them on Saturday. So, you know, Carlos Reyes, I was actually at the venue waiting for him, you know, coordinating with him. So when he arrived, I was there. You know, check out the video, my people. The video's already up. When Carlos Reyes got to the building, I was waiting. You know, he talked to me a little bit about what's about to go down. gave a message to the kids about how they can get to where he's at. And then he went to work, went to do what he had to do. Fernando Pel, the same thing. I got with him before the fight, when he was getting his hand wrapped. And, we talked for a little bit, and then he went up and did what he do. And, of course, Christian Pinales, same deal. Got to rock with him for a little bit before the fight. Got to see him in action and after the fight as well. So salute to all three fighters. Like I told you, my peoples, Dominican Republic is coming with some heat in all different weight classes. Special things is going to happen. So, I'm glad that I'm able to put you guys on, man. Real talk. I'm happy that you guys will find out about these fights. And you get to see them now. But let me tell you real quick about this fighter. Miguelina Hernandez. Dominican fighter as well. My peoples. Miguelina Hernandez, as an amateur boxer, she was on the Dominican national boxing team. Won a bunch of tournaments, and she can fight. She can fight, my peoples. On Saturday, I got to talk to her a little bit before the fight. She told me what she was planning on doing. And then, boom, I got to watch it live. First round stoppage, Miguelina Hernandez is another young fighter, just turned professional. She's 2-0 right now. 2-0. Another young, hungry lion who's already telling me, I'm looking to become a world champion. That's what I'm looking for. Has success as an amateur, and she's going to be aiming for that same success as a professional. Check out Miguelina Hernandez, my peoples. She's another fight that I got to stream live, so I got to see her in action. If you didn't see the live, you missed it. I'm at the neutral corner giving you the action for right there, my peoples. You got to check it out. And I'm telling you, all these fighters that I'm showing you guys, down the line, you're going to see them on TV. I don't know what channel, what network, what app. You're going to see them. And you're going to see them fighting for titles. They're going to be like, damn, Jay told me about these guys. Jay told me. So, and the funny thing is, sometimes we see amateur fighters who they're good or even great amateurs, and they don't transition into the professionals as well. So they don't accomplish like that. They win some good fights, but they don't get those accomplishments. But then there's some fighters who accomplish in the amateurs, move on to the pros, and they get down. Christian Pinales is not just, the highlight of his boxing career is not going to be that he won an Olympic silver medal in the 2024 games. That's a great accomplishment. And that's going to be something that I'm sure he's gonna appreciate for his whole life. But he's going to become a world champion as a professional boxer. And I believe he's not just going to become a champion. He's going to be one of those guys who wins a title, unifies, does things, accomplishes, unifies titles, then moves up, win another title. He's going to do a lot. He's a special fighter, my people. That's something that I can stand on. Easy work, my people. I can promise you that. My peoples. If you have not watched the live, please check it out. The live from Saturday, check it out. If you didn't see it live, go back. You could fast forward it to the fights. But during that live, You know, I was granted all access. So you see me all over the place. I'm in the neutral corner. I'm backstage with the fighters. I'm everywhere. I'm with the crowd. I'm all over the place. I'm doing the interviews. So it's the type of live that when you watch it, you like, damn, we getting everything. This is really is behind the scene. My whoa, my peoples. My peoples. Now, now that I put you on to these young hungry lions, let's talk about the hungry lions that you guys know. Let's talk about those hungry lions. The ones that you guys been know about. My peoples. Devin Haney and Brian Norman Jr., they're about to mix it up soon. And I'm seeing a lot of people having a hard time predicting Devin Haney versus Brian Norman Jr. Tough to predict that fight. And then I'm also seeing people that are saying Devin is going to make it look easy. The ones that are saying Brian Norman Jr. is going to make it look easy. I haven't even been able to make a prediction for that fight. Real talk. I have not been able to make a prediction because we know about Devin Haney's boxing skills. We know what he brings to the table. That ain't no surprise. But what about what Brian Norman Jr. brings to the table? What about what Brian Norman Jr. can do in the ring? Because when you look at his athleticism, when you look at his power, when you look at his speed, when you look at his footwork, yo, there's a lot. There's a lot that Brian Norman Jr. can do. Come on, my people. It's a lot. So you have to wonder, is Devin Haney going to be able to handle the type of pressure that Brian Norman Jr. brings to the table, the type of athleticism, the power? Is he going to be able to handle all of that? Because, and this is what I point out to people, and I want you to consider this. Look at Devin Haney's last fight versus Jose Ramirez. Whether you liked it or not, he made it look easy. It was easy work. But Jose Ramirez is more of a flat-footed fighter that's just going to come forward. Look at Devin Haney versus Vasyl Lomachenko. That was a fight, right? It turned into a fight. Why? Because Lomachenko has the athleticism, has the footwork to stay right in front of Devin Haney. And Devin wasn't just going to run away. Like literally turn around and run away or show up. He's going to fight back. So Lomachenko, because of his athleticism, he was able to turn it into a fight. When you look at Brian Norman Jr., who's much bigger than Lomachenko, he has the athleticism to turn it into a fight, to make Devin have to stand in front of him. And I think that's part of the reason why Devin and his team, they're working not just on power, but I've seen them working seemingly like they working on that inside game, on power shots on the inside. Clifton Dennis, Devin wins if he's the same fighter he's always been. If he's damaged, he won't win. I think it's a little bit unfair to put it like that, Clifton, and I'm going to say why. Because if he loses, then it's almost like you're already going to say he's damaged. It's like he has to win or he's damaged. And if we go that route, then that means that there's no way that we're going to give Brian Norman Jr. his credit. So I think I'm going to base it on what happens in fight night. Is Devin Haney gonna be fast? Is his punch output gonna be the usual? I'm gonna look at the stats to see if they're the same. Or is he shy when it comes to that punch output? Is does he not want to let his hands go? Does he, look like he's thinking about it too much? If it's that type of performance, then I'm gonna say he's damaged mentally because he's not doing what he normally does. But if I see him perform and put out the same stats that he usually does, and Brian Norman Jr. beats him, I'm gonna say Brian beat the best version of Devin Haney. I'm not gonna say, oh well, what happened was that he's not the same and that's why he lost. I'm not gonna go for that. Rafael 32. Polanco needs stiffer competition at 47. Norman Jr. versus Polanco after Haney for a homecoming fight in ATL. Nah. I don't think that's gonna fight. Norman Jr. versus Polanco. Nah. Ron Polanco, I don't think they're gonna put him for a champ. I think he's probably like a year or maybe even 2 years away from a championship fight. He's not gonna get a championship fight this quick. Cool glasses, thank you. Bam. Clifton Dennis. Nah, it depends on how he looks. But that's what I just said, my brother. If he's gonna be shy with the punch output and he's gonna, look different, then that makes sense. But if he goes out there and he does what he always does and just has somebody who's better in front of him, I'm going to give Brian Norman Jr. his props. I'm not going to sit there and say, well, since Devin lost, he's not the same. I'm not going to do that. Clifton Dennis, I agree. I'm just saying, I predict the best Devin beats Norman. I'm not, honestly, bro, I'm not sure, man. At first, when they announced this fight, I actually said Brian Norman Jr. was going to knock Devin Haney out. That was my first reaction right away. But then I realized that was a knee-jerk reaction because of what happened to Devin Haney with Ryan Garcia. I automatically connected the dots and said, wait a minute, Brian Norman Jr., a lot bigger, hits a lot harder than Ryan Garcia. But then I said, you know what? No. What happened over there has nothing to do with what's going to happen over here. I have to look at this fight individually. And when I look at that, I do believe Brian Norman Jr. has the tools and resources to beat Devin Haney. Now, am I saying he's going to win? I'm not predicting anything just yet. I'm going to make my prediction before the fight, obviously, but I'm not ready to do it. But it's a good fight. It's a real competitive fight. Nobody is going to wash nobody. Nobody's going to, dominate anybody. It's going to be a good one. Do you know Shamika Johnson, my favorite boxer? I agree. Rafael, I agree. Coach Bermudez is saying Polanco is ready too. Norman Sr. Coach Bermudez is saying that Polanco is ready. If they saying that he's ready, damn. Let's see. And you know what? Fernando Pel is actually going to be under Coach Bermudez when he goes to the States. Eric, Devin Haney is very good and has good support from his father, of course. Bill has, a lot of people don't like Bill Haney, but Bill has been a huge part of why Devin Haney is where he is. Bill Haney. He's that guy who has been, pushing Devin Haney since he was a teenager. Pushing him in the amateurs, turned professional early, went to Mexico so they could fight, created this character that people either love or hate. Well, Bill Haney is now an elite level trash talker, and look, whether you like him or not, people talk about him. He's relevant. He's, an important promoter within the fight game to his son. So, salute to Bill Haney. You gotta give it to him. Gotta give it to him. But it's tough, my peoples. For me personally, it's tough to make a prediction on Devin Haney versus Brian Norman Jr. Tough, tough, tough. My peoples, again, where I was at, because you mentioned Coach Bermudez, Fernando Peter, when he goes to the States, that's who he's going to be under. So now you know the type of talent that he is just by that. That tells you, oh, okay, there's something special over here. Because, you know, some coaches, and you guys know this, those who've been in the boxing, you know, circles, some coaches are not going to work with just any fighter. You know, if I don't see potential where you could become a world champion, I'm not going to put my time in. You know, if you want to pay me, some coaches give lessons, like, okay, I'll charge you this much an hour or whatever. But I'm not going to be your coach. So, Fernando Peter right there, he fought on Saturday, second professional fight. And I told you guys, man, he's special. He's special. He's going to be a world champion. Ezequielito right next to him. He hasn't turned professional yet. Ezequielito hasn't turned professional yet. He's going to be a world champion. I'm already telling you that. They were together in the Dominican national boxing team. That's how they know each other. That's why they're good friends. Ezequielito was there to support Fernando Peter on Saturday. And then, my peoples, I'm telling you, I'm putting you guys on, man. Fernando Peter, future world champion. Christian Pinales, my peoples, that's the Olympic bronze medalist from 2024. And he's going to be fighting in the 168 division. And his message right after the fight was the 168 division needs to be on notice. I'm on my way. I'm on my way to the 168 division. Somebody earlier told me, yo, man, he got to be careful. He got to be careful at 168. Nah, family. It's not like that. You're confused. The 168 division is going to have to be careful with him. That's what I need you to understand, man. What? It's the 168 division that needs to be careful. And I'm going to tell you like this. Christian Pinales is going to, and I can tell you that right now, he's going to be the type of fighter who he's going to have to force the action to get a title shot. You know, winning a silver medal in the Olympics, you know, that was great. I know he's going to cherish it forever and all that, but that's not going to be the highlight of his boxing career. I promise you this, my people. That's why I can't wait for you guys to have the opportunity to see what he actually brings to the table in the big stage. But go to that live stream from Saturday and check it out. Check it out so you can see what he's about. Rafael 32 Pinales got a great build for 168. How tall is he? I'm not sure how tall is he, to be honest. I'm going to say he's right around 5'10". Between five, nah. Hell no, I think he like 6 feet, man. I'm gonna say he's between 5'10" and 6 feet, but I think he like 6 feet. He's tall. He tall. He a big dude, man. He a big dude. But I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna hit him up and I'm gonna ask him, and next time I'll have better information on that. I wasn't expecting that question, man. Clifton Dennis, David Morrell going back to 168. I love that for him. I expect him to be dangerous. I said before that David Morrell is a future world champion. Losing to Benavidez, to me, that doesn't take that away. And you guys saw the way that he lost to Benavidez. He was there trying to win. He won some rounds. He had moments of success. He showed how good he is. Got caught with a big shot, got hurt, got stopped. But David Morrell can fight. And in fact, Christian Pinales and David Morrell, they may end up meeting down the line. Because I'm telling you, Pinales is going to be chasing a world title, and he's not going to be denied. He's not going to be denied, my peoples. Write it down, take a picture, remember it, do it however you want to do it. If I'm telling you this dude is going to be a world champion, there's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. And he's the type of fighter that he's not just going to become a world champion and be satisfied with that. You're going to see him unify. You're going to see him move up to 175. You're going to see him conquer over there as well. This dude is going to do a lot of big things. I'm putting you on before it happens. Fernando Pel made his pro debut. One fight. His first fight. And he already showed me that he can fight as an orthodox fighter and a southpaw. Imagine that. Switch hitter. Was working on his new moves as an orthodox during his pro debut. Debuting. He's not even thinking about just winning. Like, yeah, no. Let me we're going to work on the right hand. We're going to do some orthodox things on him. Then went to southpaw. Second round, finished him. Come on, my people. I'm trying to show you that these guys, they're going to be special. You're going to hear about them in the future, and you're going to say, yeah, Jay told me about these dudes. Jay said they was going to be world champion. They world champions. They world champions, my people. So, and that was the message from Christian Pinales right after his fight. 168 division. The champ is on the way. Let them know the ones. Yo, now he actually told me the 168 division is in danger. It's in danger over there. Champ is coming. That's it. He made it real clear what the intentions are. MAW in the building. Salute, my brother. Appreciate you dropping in, man. I'm trying to put everybody on. Trying to let them see these Dominican young bulls who I'm telling you, they're going to be world champions. And eventually, when that happens, you're going to say, damn, they showed me those guys and told me they was going to be world champion. And now they are world champions. Special fighters, my peoples. That right there is Carlos Reyes. My peoples, Carlos Reyes, the military championships over here in the Dominican Republic. One year he got the silver medal, and another year he got the gold medal. So he's the champion in those games. In the national championships, he got 1 silver medal and 3 gold medals. So for 3 years, he was the national champion before turning professional. And Carlos Reyes is one of these fighters that as soon as you see him, the moment he throws the first punch, you're like, oh, wait a minute. This guy can fight. The quickness. You know that snappy jab? That fast jab? The footwork, the step back, incredible. The angles, disappear from view. Make you miss, make you pay. All the tools and resources that I already know he's going to be a world champion. I already know. Already know, my peoples. Now, is he going to campaign at 160 or at 154? That I'm not sure about. I'm not sure about that. But what I am sure about is that soon enough, you're going to see him on TV and you're going to be like, oh, man, I've seen that dude before. Jay Smith was on Boxing for Breakfast and he told me about him. So when you start seeing him, you already gonna know what's that about. JJ's in the house. Good morning, Jay Smith. I'm here. Let's go. 5 in the morning in California. Salute, JJ. Hit the like button, everyone. You know some people be ducking that like button. The same way Tank Davis ducked Lamar Roach. Y'all know it is the same deal. But I digress. I'm still going to keep showing you guys and telling you guys and just making sure you guys understand these guys are some of the future faces of Dominican boxing right here. You're looking at young, hungry bulls that they're going to make a splash. They're going to make a statement. The moment they get on TV, on a big network or something like that, they're going to make a statement. And you're going to say, wow, these kids are special. I don't go just throwing that word around. Oh, everybody ain't special, my peoples. Come on now. Everybody ain't special. When you watch, you can watch it on tape. You can see it in person. Special looks different. It feels different when you see it. You know it. You're like, yeah, it's different. There's something special going on over here. So when I tell you that special is different, Fernando Pel, in his pro debut, a southpaw fighter, was working on his orthodox stance moves. Took the first round to work on that, orthodox. Second round, goes to southpaw, ends the fight in brutal fashion. He's special. That's what special fighters do, special things when they climb in the ring. And we saw that from Fernando Pel. You seen it. Then when you move on to Christian Pinales, my peoples, the Olympic silver medalist did what he does. Showed out. Made it look easy. What he was supposed to do. So when I tell you that these young bulls, let me take that thing off. When I tell you that these young bulls are going to be world champions, I'm not guessing. This is not something that I'm just saying out of the blue. Like, yeah, they gotta. No, my people. I'm not gonna tell you something to be made look like a fool. I ain't no goofball. If I'm telling you they're gonna be world champions, it's because they're gonna be world champions. That's exactly what they're gonna do. So remember the names. Fernando Pel, Carlos Reyes, Christian Pinales. Remember the names, my people. Write it down, take a picture. I don't know what you want to do with that. Do with that what you will, but you'll find out. So just listen to me. And on Saturday, if you missed the stream from Saturday, my peoples, look, let me give you a quick description of Saturday, right? On Saturday, I was at the venue waiting for Carlos Reyes. So when Carlos Reyes arrived, I was there waiting for him, streaming so that you guys got to see him getting out the vehicle. He got to talk to me real quick before going inside the venue. He gave a message to young kids that, you don't have to be rich. You don't have to have a lot of money to make it in boxing. You just have to stay focused, be disciplined, work hard, and wait for your turn, wait for your opportunity. And also, he says, I pray to God. You have to believe in God. You have to let God work with you. And from there, We went to the back when, when he was getting ready, getting his hands wrapped. And then we went to Fernando Peter, which actually, it was Carlos Reyes who was like, come on, look at Fernando Peter over there. They know each other because they was on the national boxing team together. So I go to Fernando Peter. He's excited. He's gonna be making his pro debut. He's talking about, listen, Jay, I got some new things that I'm gonna show the people. This is my debut, but me and Coach, very famous, very well-known Dominican coach, Maestro Fuinfuan, they like, yo, Coach, we working on some things. And he showed it. What he was working on, fighting out of the orthodox stance. Less than a minute into the first round, he switched to the orthodox stance and fought most of the round as a righty. And then for the second round, he went to southpaw, ended the fight in brutal fashion. And of course, Christian Pinales, Olympic bronze medalist from 2024. Christian Pinales, he got to rock with me right before the fight. So I asked him a few questions. He also, wanted to give a message to the youth of, pursuing sports, being disciplined. But even if you don't pursue sports, just, do your best in whatever it is that you're doing. Even if you're in a bad situation, you can come up, just work hard and believe in God. All these young, hungry lions, they believe in God and they have faith. They've been able to accomplish. So all three of them won by stoppage on Saturday in beautiful fashion. You got to see their skills in display. You got to tune in, my peoples. You got to see what these young fighters is about. Check them out. Follow them on social media. I'm going to show you their IG. My peoples. Follow them. Trust me on that. Look, this is Christian Pinales right there. He actually just reposted some of my video of mine. Look, that's Christian Pinales. You see, Christian Pinales, Olympic silver medalist, bronze medalist. Like I said, he fought yesterday. Next one, Fernando Peter. Check him out. Fernando Peter made his pro debut. And it's like I told you, my peoples, he fought as an orthodox fighter, then switched to southpaw, ended the show. And of course, my peoples, there's Carlos Reyes. Carlos Reyes, second pro fight on Saturday. And, success. Stoppage. Brutal stoppage, by the way. So, my peoples, follow all three of those fighters on Instagram, social media, Facebook, all over the place. And see what they bring to the table, man, because they special fighters, man. They special. I feel proud to bring this talent to you guys. And I'm sure that once you see what they bring to the table, you're going to understand what I'm excited about. My peoples. Sam Smith, let's discuss Danny. Danny Garcia, a Hall of Famer. Is Danny Garcia a Hall of Famer? Yeah, Danny Garcia is a Hall of Famer. Of course he's a Hall of Famer. The thing is, man, in boxing, a lot of boxing fans, they always focus on the latter part of a fighter's career or their losses and stuff like that to try to discredit them. But if you look at Danny Garcia, he had a great career. He won titles in multiple divisions. He accomplished. So, if you're being honest and assessing his career, he's definitely a Hall of Famer. Hands down, he's a Hall of Famer. And salute to Danny Garcia, by the way, who won in Brooklyn. I think this is gonna be his last fight, and if it is, he's going down. He's going out off of a W. In the venue that saw him become a star, the venue that they love him over there. Salute to Danny Garcia, man. He, along with Zab Judah and Mike Tyson, he's a Brooklyn icon. Brooklyn icon. Sam Smith, I agree. Good answer. Great resume. That's what I'm saying. The Hall of Fame is not about, oh, well, opinions. He didn't fight this guy. Or how people say, well, he didn't beat the best that he fought. That's not what the Hall of Fame is about, man. The Hall of Fame is about accomplishments. What did you accomplish while you were fighting? And Haney Garcia is an accomplished fighter. So it's a no-brainer. He's in. Reyes in the house. Did you see what happened to him this weekend? I didn't watch the fight. I just know that he won. But I didn't watch the fight because I was working my own fights. Sam Smith, good knockout artist. Just could not beat some of the better fighters. But that's what I'm saying. That, like, people say that about Oscar De La Hoya too, right? Because he lost to certain people. And that's always going to happen, or it's going to happen often. But at the end of the day, man, when you look at the resume, a lot of great wins and for everybody. So that combination of things, he's first ballot Hall of Famer. MAW. Danny only lost to champions in title fights. No, multi-division champion. But that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. He wasn't out there losing to average Joes. The Hydro Grind. Good morning, my peoples. What's the deal, my brother? Bam, appreciate you tuning in. JJ Sendejas. I'm talking about Paulie Malignaggi. Oh, man, Paulie. I guess he won, but took a nasty beating. I saw the gashes on his face. And I'm going to tell you guys what, man. I am 100% against that bare knuckle fighting. To me, that thing, it shouldn't even be legal because look at the type of damage guys take, man. Not only that, to me, in 10 years, 20 years, half of those guys is going to be punch drunk. Half of those guys ain't even going to be able to talk right from taking that type of punishment. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't like that sport at all. MAW, Danny Garcia, accomplishments, Hall of Fame worthy, in my humble opinion, of course. He's in the Hall of Fame. There's no getting around that. He's in. Of course he's in. You just got to look at the accomplishments. That's all. He got the resume to be in the Hall of Fame. That's not gonna be no gift. He earned that already. And look, Errol Spence, does he get into the Hall of Fame? If he don't fight another day, does he get into the Hall of Fame? My peoples, give me a second. Give me a second. I got to fix something over here real quick. Stay with me, okay? I'll be right back. Stay with me, my people. This show is not over. I don't want you to think the show ended, my peoples. I'll be right with you, my peoples. Hold on. My peoples. To those of you who just tuned in, to those of you who tuned in just now, welcome to another episode of Boxing for Breakfast, where you get your healthy dosage of sweet science, early in the morning. I'm putting you guys onto some special talent, future world champions. Give me a second, my peoples, because my son want breakfast. And this is boxing for breakfast, right? So let me give my son his breakfast, and I'm right back with you. Let's take this like a commercial break. We doing commercial breaks now. Hold on, my peoples. We on it. My peoples, my peoples. This commercial break has ended. JJ's and as I seen Ryan at the fight, he had a good time. Whoa, my brother. Ryan Enzo had the time of his life. He was over there throwing punches and everything. Jay Smith will be back after these messages. You know it. You know it, my peoples. We back in the building. And look, today you guys probably noticed that I've been talking about, my Dominican brothers, man, my Dominican fighters. I'm super proud of what I see them accomplishing in the ring as amateurs and what I see them doing as professionals now. So I want to put you guys on because I want people to see the kind of talent that we have coming out of the Dominican Republic. I want you guys to have the opportunity to see these young lions early on before they become. I have a series, by the way, it's called Before the Fame. And the reason I'm calling it Before the Fame is because right now you don't know them, right? But I promise you that you will. They're all going to be famous. Famous. And you get to see them first. People who are subscribed to Box Center will get to see future champions before anybody else. I mean, not before anybody else. They have followers on Instagram and they have people who know them. But we're going to go to another scale. They're going to be known, and a lot of people will find out what they're about through here, through us. So, my people, I want to give a shout out to everybody who tuned in this morning. I really appreciate you guys always showing love, always checking in, always enjoying the show. Boxing for Breakfast is about you guys, my peoples. This show is about bringing you the sweet science to the fullest expression. And these three young fighters that I've been showing you this morning, I promise you that's what that's about. I want to give a shout out. Jerk Jennings, where's that kid from? So check it, man. That's them right there. So look, that's right there, Fernando Pel, Christian Pinales, and Carlos Reyes. Carlos Reyes, Christian Pinales, Fernando Pel, all three of them, are standout amateur athletes, and they all turned professional recently. Fernando Pel won his pro debut on Saturday. Christian Pinales won his second professional fight, and Carlos Reyes won his third professional fight. All three of them won by stoppage. Christian Pinales is the Dominican Republic 2024 Olympic bronze medalist. That right there gives you an idea of the type of talent that he has. But of course, it would be an assumption if you don't see him, right? So I expect for you to take a look. On Saturday, I was at their, they fought on the same card, and I was there. And, I got to hang out with them before the fight. I got to stream their fights. I was actually in the neutral corner. So I was right there. The closest seat in the house is the neutral corner. So I was right there, my peoples. If you want to check them out, go to Saturday's live and check it out, man. These fighters, they're special. They're special. I promise you. JJ Sender has 3 great pro prospects. Superman, it was impressive. They put on. That's what I'm saying, man. Jerk Jennings. So they up next. My brother, these 3 are going to be some of the faces of Dominican boxing. They're going to be the guy. When you talk about, you see how right now is Carlos Adames. And even with his inactivity, people know Edwin De Los Santos. He hasn't become a champion yet, but people know Edwin De Los Santos. But these young, hungry lions, Eric Meanie Pacman, who was a world champion, Alberto Puello, another world champion, these young bulls, they're going to be the next crop who's going to be taking over boxing, Dominican boxing. And it's like I told you, man, they're going to be world champions, all 3 of them. There you have it, my peoples. I want to give a shout out to everybody who tuned in this morning. JJ's in their house, Superman, salute my brother, Jerk Jenkins, and everybody else who tuned in, man. MAW, the Hydro Grind, Sam Smith. My peoples, y'all already know what it is, man. Box Center, this is for you guys. Boxing for Breakfast is your favorite boxer's favorite boxing show, where you get your early dosage of sweet science early in the morning. Look, I'm going to show you those 3 faces one last time before I get out of here. That's Christian Pinales, Dominican Republic, Olympic silver medalist. He's already 2-0 right now. Future world champion. Next up, Fernando Peter. Fernando Peter made his pro debut on Saturday. Won by devastating knockout in the 2nd round. He's a future world champion. And then, of course, there is my guy, Carlos Reyes. Carlos fought his 2nd professional fight. Was it his 2nd or his... Yeah, his 2nd professional fight. Also won devastating stoppage. 1st round. He's a future world champion. In fact, I played it for you guys earlier. But before I get out of here, I want to play it for you one more time. I'm about to get out of here. But I'm going to bless you guys with some of Carlos Reyes' performance from Saturday. I think you guys deserve it. You guys deserve this for being my peoples. Watch this. Get some of Carlos Reyes' performance from Saturday, my peoples. Check it out. Check it out. I told you he's a future world champion. You get to see for yourself about his skills when you think about it. Look. I want you to see the body work from Carlos Reyes. I want you to see how clean he lands those shots to the body. You saw the pullback counter? Did you guys see? Look, I'm going to rewind it just to show you the pullback counter real quick. I want you to see the Carlos Reyes pullback counter. This is his 2nd professional fight. Watch this pullback counter. Right here, look. Did you see that? You saw how quick that was? And he a 160-pounder, bro. I'm not sure if he's going to move down to 154. But I want you to see the work to the body from Carlos Reyes. And I want you to see the mechanics, the footwork, the angles, how he make them miss and make them pay. Look, ooh, the body shot, brutal, my peoples. Look at this, look at this. Check out the body work. Bang, bang, bang. Clean shots to the body. Boom, right hook to the body. Look, look, he got him folded, my peoples. Punishing him. Punishing him. Look, he pummeling him. Look, it's turned into a battering session. Boom. He got caught with a good shot. But he's still pummeling Buddy. Look, look. Caught him with a shot. A little bit behind the head, but that's because Buddy trying to turn around. Tell you, my peoples, Carlos Reyes is a future world champion. Look. Watch this. Look at the combination. Clean punches. Ooh, to the body, look. He a punisher when it comes to the body work. Look, punishing him. Punishing him. Look, dude he fighting was throwing. Ooh, wobbled him. You seen the right hand? Let me show you that right hand one more time, my people. Look at that right hand. Look, look, look. Boom. Wobbled him. That's Carlos Reyes, my peoples. I'm trying to put you on. That's only his second professional fight. But you're going to see him. And ooh, the nasty body shot, my people. The left hook to the body ended the whole thing. The whole thing ended with a brutal left hook to the body. My mans and them couldn't get up after that. Second pro fight, knockout to the body. There you have it. First round knockout. That's Carlos Reyes, my people. Now, Fernando Pel, did you see that fight? Did you see the kind of talent that he has? The speed? Did you see the angles? Did you see the body work? Bro, Carlos Reyes is the truth. But now watch this. I'm going to show you guys Fernando Pel. Let me show you guys a little bit of action from Fernando Pel so you see what he bring to the table, what he do. And you guys can decide for yourself if he a special fighter or if he, if I'm capping. Remember, Fernando Pel is a southpaw, right? He started the first round as a right-handed fighter. And then in the second round, he was like, okay, let me do a little bit of southpaw on him. But watch this, my peoples. Again, remember that I told you, future world champion, right here. No cap. I never cap. And what you're seeing right there, I capture that footage. Your boy Jay Smith at the neutral corner. I kind of lost focus right there for a little moment, but I think anybody would have lost focus. Y'all can't knock me on that. But I put the camera right back on the fighter. Put the camera right back on the fighter. So I don't want to hear it. Don't knock me. That would have threw you off too. Jay is in the house. Word of the day, Jay Smith knows boxing. Don't be a hater. Hit the like button, everyone. Come on, man. It's like I bring you so much exclusive action and some people refuse to hit the like button. Double tap that screen. Check it out, my peoples. Fernando Pel, round number 2. Watch this. I want you to see the speed. I want you to see the counter punching. Ooh, look at the counter uppercut. Landing flush in the mouthpiece. Right in the kisser. Ooh, look at the right hand to the melon from Fernando Pel. Watch. Look at him making a miss. His opponent trying to swarm him. Ooh, right hand to the melon. His opponent coming forward trying to swarm him. Boom, boom, 2 to the body. Ooh, you saw the straight right hand to the mouthpiece. Got him wobbly, a left and a right from Fernando Pel. Left and a right, and the fight is over. The referee had to step in, my people. There you have it. There you have it. It was fast and furious, but you got to see Fernando Pel, my people. That was his pro debut on Saturday. I watched the action from the neutral corner, and I'm trying to tell you he's special. I'm trying to tell you, my people, you're going to find out about him. Just try to imagine a young fighter making his pro debut, and he's not just focused on I gotta win, I gotta win, I gotta win. He's actually went out there and worked on his orthodox stance and the new moves that he was working on in training camp. Then he went to Southpaw and just obliterated his opponent. Come on now. Jay is in the house. Don't let your wife see you. She was there present live. Jay is in the house. Tell her you did it for us, the fans. I did it for you. I did it for you. I didn't do it for me. It almost hurt me to point the camera that way. But I got to do it for you. I'm not doing that for myself. Superman, ha ha ha. They were all there, JJ. Even Ryan. Yeah, man. The wife, Ryan Enzo, was there. Man, listen, it was an amazing card. It was an amazing night of boxing. And I promise you guys, I'm going to keep bringing you these type of cards where nobody else saw it. You know, the people there also had a YouTube channel streaming it. You know, I wasn't the only one streaming it. But you know, it's not on major networks. Okay, I'll put it for you. It's not something that you're gonna be able to catch on major networks or anything like that. I'm gonna be bringing it to you guys. By the way, remember what I said before. In November, the national championships is going down, and you guys have to tune in. I'm gonna be going live for the national championships, and just like I brought you the professional fights for the national championships, I'm gonna be at the neutral corner, my peoples. I already got that green light. I'll be at the neutral corner bringing you all the action right there. You're gonna see the punches and bunches. So check it, my peoples. I gotta make sure that you guys know that I'm also gonna be bringing you, interviews with these fighters so that you get to know them, you get to know about them. I'm gonna be inviting them to come on the live with me to talk boxing, and you guys could ask them some questions. So a lot of special things coming up, my peoples. Again, shout out to everybody who tuned in. Y'all already know what it is, man. We all got to go to work. It's about to be 9 in the morning. I'm Jay Smith. This is Bach. Hold on. Ryan is calling me right when I'm doing the outro. Let me... Hold on, my peoples, because I'm about to do the word of the day. But before I do the Jay Stradamus word of the day, I got to put the cartoons for Ryan. So he told me his cartoons. Hold on. Hold on, my people. Gotta do these cartoons for Ryan Enzo. No, later I'm gonna put them. Later. I'm gonna leave that for now, but later I'm gonna put it. Okay, I'll be back. So my people, let me give you the word of the day. Beautiful Monday morning. Beautiful Monday morning. I can't let you go without the word of the day. But JJ's in there has you right, my brother. 100%. My peoples, check out the Box Center shorts. I post a lot of videos. I'm posting a lot of shorts, a lot of long videos too. This content from Saturday, I've been posting a lot of videos, man. These fights from all three young fighters, future world champions, I posted all three of their fights. Check them out, my peoples. I'm at the neutral corner, so I'm giving you the best possible angle. Christian Pinales, Carlos Reyes, Fernando Peter. Remember the names. They're going to be world champions, my peoples. Let me give you the word of the day. Here's the Jay Stradamus word of the day, my peoples. Hold on, let me put this thing over here so I can sit down. Christopher Henry, salute, my brother. My peoples, the word of the day from Jay Stradamus. Don't forget about your family. And when I say your family, I'm talking about your immediate family. Like if you're married, if you got kids, that family. I'm not talking about your blood family, everybody, your cousins, your everybody, your uncle, your second aunt that you don't even know. No, I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about your immediate, your wife and your kids, my peoples. Take care of your family doesn't mean just money. It doesn't mean you just pay the bills and you give the wife money so she can buy toys for the kids. No. Take care of the family also means your time. It also means that you go out with your wife and kids on weekends, that you sit with your wife and kids and watch movies together or eat dinner together. Do stuff with your family. Don't be the guy who feels like, well, I give you money, so I'm out. And you spend most of your time with your boys, most of your time with your girls, most of the time with, and then you just kind of show up to the house to go to sleep. Don't be that guy, my peoples. The word of the day is take care of your family. Take care of your family, my peoples. Y'all already know what it is, man. I'm Jay Smith. This is Boxing for Breakfast, where you get your healthy dosage of sweet science early in the morning, my peoples. I'll see you guys tomorrow for a brand new episode at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Check out the shorts. Check out the videos. All three of the fights from these future world champions are already up, my peoples. Look at the faces. Look at the faces. That right there is Christian Pinales. This right here is Fernando Pel, right there. And of course, there is Mr. Carlos Reyes. Told you before, all three of them fought on Saturday, one by stoppage. Special. Something special, my peoples. You see it. Another beautiful episode of Boxing for Breakfast, man. I'm getting the hell out of here. I gotta go to work. Peace. Bam. And by the way, JJ, you 100% on the money, my peoples. Money isn't everything. Money isn't everything. If you're only chasing money, then you don't have a purpose. I'm out.